Buon Natale Juventini, Merry Christmas Juventini of the world, I hope you're all doing well. Yesterday we uploaded a video to speak about the day after Frosinone Juve, and the first minutes we dedicated to do the best wishes, to the people that are celebrating Christmas, but also to the people that are just on holiday, that are not celebrating, but I wanted the best for everyone. Before speaking about Juve Roma, because it is the week of Juventus Roma, the last game of 2023, I wanted to dedicate 30 seconds to the people that are not as lucky as a lot of other people, that are not celebrating or don't have the opportunity to celebrate because unfortunately they don't have a big family or whatever, they have problems, because it's not always true what we see in the Christmas period, that everything is beautiful, fantastic, glitter, what you see on social media, on television. We have some people that are suffering. So my thoughts and strength to all these people, you know it, my private messages are open, the comment section is open, because I think that more important than just showing the beautiful things of life, it's also important to show support in this particular moment of the year. So you know it, strength, ragazzi. Now we speak about Juve Roma. Why? Because usually around Christmas on the 25th, for the people that were thinking on the 25th, no video, and no, there is a video, and we have to speak about serious stuff, about Juve Roma, that is a big game. Allegri against Mourinho. Well, for people that are thinking that usually during Christmas period it's time to do the recap of the year, the tops, the flops, whatever, we have no time for that. Why? Because we play. Serie A, they gave us a fantastic gift. Not yet at the level of the Premier League, where they are doing the Boxing Day, where there will be a lot of games already tomorrow. But we don't do the Christmas break. We played against Frosinone, and now we play Juve Roma, and I'm super happy for that. So the player, they will have 2 days of rest, yesterday the 24th, today the 25th, and already from tomorrow they are all there at La Continassa to prepare a big game. A big game that will tell us a lot, because I believe that Juve Roma will define a bit how we can really evaluate our 2023. We can already do a kind of recap, not in detail, but if you know, in Serie A, if you're looking only at the points, well, Juventus is doing well. And I will even shock a lot of you, Juventus is doing fantastically well. Because I was looking at the ranking of the solar year 2023. Juventus is there on top with a lot of points made on the field. 10th, the surprising Monza. Atalanta 63 is 9th. 8, Roma, that we are playing against, with 64. 66 points for the surprising, that is doing super well, Bologna. Fiorentina 67, 6th. 5th, Lazio, that was 2nd last year, with 68. Milan of Pioli, 70, are 4th. 3rd, the Scudetto winners of last year, they have 76 points. And then you have the 2 positions there. There is 1 game still to be played for both of the team, because we will have played 41 games in Serie A in 2023. 2nd is Juventus with 81. First, Inter with 86. And you know what's the big difference? Because the ranking there will not change with 1 game to play, because there are 5 points of differences. Even Napoli, they can't catch up, because also there are 5 points of difference. You know what's the difference between Inter and Juve? Inter looks like at the moment a perfectly oiled machine. They are full stream. They are running. Perfect in defense, perfect offensively. They have their players. They have a really nice mercato done during the winter. They have a lot of subs and so on and so on. Looks like it's a team that is there at their top, at their peak. How long can they go like that? I don't know. But they are doing really well. It's honest. On the other side, Juventus, that is there only at -5 in solar year 2023. Well, it's looked like a team with a lot of imperfections, with a lot of margin to grow in terms of mercato, in terms of way of playing, in offensive production, in build-up, in so many different things. But we are there. And that's, in a way, beautiful and reassuring. Of course, we have to work for it. Of course, we have to become better. Otherwise, we will never achieve at the moment what Inter is doing. But the premises are there. And that's really good, according to me. But of course, if we will analyze in a few days the season of Juventus, well, we can't think about that virtual ranking. That means totally nothing. For what reason? Because the points did last year, well, there were a lot of points deducted by Juve, and we didn't enter Champions League 1. So we have to make abstraction of it. And on the other hand, this season, we have so many games to play. It's not over yet. So you can speak about beautiful things. It's great, you're second there, but that's not why you will have the right to qualify to the next Champions League, because you have a lot of games to play. And it starts with Juve Roma. Where are we? Because I want to do a small recap already in the beginning of the week. And we have a lot of questions about what team will play. Because if Juve Roma will be a game that will be super important for me to evaluate 2023, we have to play it and we have to win it. And we have already now, on Monday, so many question marks and difficulties and dilemmas. Why? Because of the health situation of our players. Chiesa should be back. And that's the good news. Luckily, Chiesa should be back. But is he able to play from the first minute? Yes or no? Will he be able, when he plays, to play with a free mind, thinking only about what he has to do and not about being a bit scared about the injury? That's a huge problem. That's a big question mark. And only Allegri and the technical staff and himself, they will be able to answer. So Chiesa there against Roma, at the moment as we speak, yes. 100% mentally and physically recuperated, that's a really big question. Then on the other side, people will tell me, Beppe, it's okay. If Chiesa is not there, we continue with Kenan Yildiz that did super well in the 55 minutes that he played against Frosinone. Okay, good. That's a really good one. We go to the other one. The other difficulty. Cambiaso will not be there. Why? Yellow card, suspended. And here we have the real first problem. If the first one, Chiesa, is a question mark, this one is a problem. Because what are the alternatives? You have two at the moment. Or you go with Wea on the right side, but when he entered 2 games ago against Genoa, he was not ready, according to me, to play all these minutes. He entered against Frosinone. I didn't see a Wea that was able to bring something, and I still don't know how many minutes he has in the legs. He will probably increase them during this week of training session, but still enough to start the game, question mark. If he has, and if he can, he will start on the right side. Otherwise, it will be McKennie that will have to be moved from the center of the midfield, where he's doing really well as the number 8, on the right side. And who is playing there? Question mark. Big question mark. You can choose between Miretti, you can choose between Nicolussi, or you can even debut Nonje that never played. Against Roma, will that be a smart choice? Will that be something that will happen? I don't think so. But it's not even over, because Weston McKennie, already in the first half, after a contrast, he was already touching his right thigh, and he spoke with Allegri, especially in second half when Locatelli went out. He decided to continue until the end of the game, but also there in the end of the game, he was not 100% okay. So that's the big question that we have, all of us today. Cambiaso is not there. Who will play on the right side? But will Weston McKennie be able to play? Otherwise, we will have a Wea that is not at 100% on the right side, with a new midfield out of Rabiot, the only certainty as we speak at the moment, with 2 questions. Because if we have a question mark about McKennie, the question is also about Locatelli, that went out at the 55th, really suffering. Will he be ready to play? Yes or no? He already missed a few games the last times. So that's a really big question, because without Locatelli, problem. Then Nicolussi, I have to say, when he subbed him out in the 40 minutes that he played, he did extremely well. I really appreciated Nicolussi, but he did also really well the last time that he played. Before that, the big problem was when he played against Inter, a tougher team, a physical team. Well, he was not really involved. And that's the question, because we know it, Roma is an extremely physical team, a strong team. So will Nicolussi be able to do his game, being available, touching ball, having a bit of space to do this change of plays to the right, to the left, being the first player to be there in positive transition? Big question, according to me, for Nicolussi. So we have a entire midfield that at today, the 25th of December, we have no idea what will happen. Another one will be Alexandro, because Alexandro is out, and it's not as serious as we thought, but he will probably not play the next 2 games. So for him, 2023 is already over. We have some subs there. It will not be Huijsen, that looks like he already signed and he will go to Frosinone as soon as the winter mercato will open in a few days. But we can play with Gatti. But my question is, who plays on the left? Because if Danilo is a player that this season didn't impress me a lot when he played on the left, and I prefer to see him in that 3-man defense on the right, well, on the left, I have to say, at today, if we are doing a recap, Rogani is stronger there. Can you leave Danilo out of the team because of leadership, because of captaincy, because of the importance of the player? That's a big question. So who to play instead of Alexandro? Is it Rugani, Bremer, Gatti? Is it Rugani, Bremer, and Danilo? Big question mark. But there we have question mark, and it's a luxury problem because whatever plays, even Danilo, it's not a drama on the left. Even if at the moment I prefer Rugani, it's a problem. My big problem is on the left side also who will play between Kostic and Ealing. Because usually I would tell you today, if all players would have been available, Cambiaso play on the left. Cambiaso play on the left, and we try with Weah on the right. But at the moment, Cambiaso is not there. Kostic performances, especially the last two games, were really not good. Think about the goal that we concede against Frosinone that is coming from that side. Think about offensive production of Kostic. At the moment, he's not in his biggest shape. On the other side, Ealing Jr. is a player that we never saw that much. I believe 1 or 2 times, but in the start of the game. And when he entered, especially this year, he didn't convince me. He didn't convince me in a Mezzala role. He didn't convince me in his original role or the role of Kostic. Defensively, he's not the player that is giving me the most of trust. Have a lot of questions. So this Juventus at today, the 25th, Monday, is a team that we can't predict who will be on the field against Roma. And I told you how important the game of Roma is, because today we have +7 over Milan. We have +9, I believe, over Bologna. We have +9. We have +10 over the other team. So we have margins there. But we are at -4 of Inter. So we have to pay attention behind. We have to pay attention before or ahead. We have to pay attention to the double team. Because Juventus at the moment, as we speak, is playing on a double game. The first game is, can we compete with Inter? The second game is, pay attention to the other ones below. And against the Roma, we will know it, and they will play an extremely physical game. They will probably use the dirty tricks. We know them. Mancini, Mourinho, they will do that. We don't know yet if Dybala will be there or not. But we know that it's a team that will put it on physicality. And in the midfield, if we don't have the trio out of Locatelli, Rabiot, and McKennie, at the moment, we are suffering physically. So pay attention to that. Again, we have to think about training really well, recuperating minutes in the legs of Chiesa, confidence boost of Vlahovic, let him score a lot of penalties during training session, let him go with free kicks, let him go with goals, open goals, tap-ins, whatever. We have to work on a lot of things to be prepared, because after Roma, we can do a first partial evaluation of 2023, and I hope that these 81 points made in 2023, they can become 84. Not for the ranking of 2023, because we don't care, but for the continuity of 2023-2024 season. Ragazzi, maximum of like if you didn't yet. Please subscribe to the channel. Grazie, forza, Juve.